Good morning, SKN. I'm Jamie Morris.
And I'm Kortensia.
We do have to make some apologies to you for our very late start this morning, which was due to technical challenges, but we are up and running and grateful that you are continuing to watch us. So we'll begin the show with the weather forecast.
Today's weather forecast, it's partly sunny with a 40% or a moderate chance of showers. There is a high of 86 and a low of 72. We do recommend that you walk with your umbrellas. When I looked up this morning, it was a tad bit cloudy.
Okay.
And that's our weather for today.
You're recommending that. Where's your umbrella?
In my car.
That doesn't help you much. Doesn't help you much on the way to the car, but anyway.
I guess it doesn't. You're correct.
All right, so our talking point for today is, what do you have for breakfast and what is your ideal meal? I'll let you go.
Well, my breakfast varies from day to day.
Okay.
So one day it might be cereal and almond milk. Most days it's peanut butter and bread. This one I actually had a poached egg and bread.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, and some coffee. So that's my breakfast meal. What about yours?
No, I'm terrible at breakfast. I'm terrible. I deliberately do not eat.
You're not a breakfast person.
I'm not a breakfast person. I'm more of a brunch person. So like when I leave the set today, I'll go home and I'll probably snack on something really quickly because I'm kind of busy. My breakfast for today, however, consists of peppermint tea, and it does lead me to have a very good morning in SKN. That's what I'll say to that.
Indeed. Indeed.
All right, so we have to continue right now with the latest in local news. By way of a press release from the St. Kitts Tourism Authority, world travel experts continue to recognize St. Kitts as a premier tourist destination with the nomination of the island for the best Caribbean destination, and also nominations of Belmont Farm, Park Hyatt St. Kitts, and St. Kitts Marriott Resort in the world's best Caribbean hotel category for the 2022 Travel and Leisure World's Best Awards. It is a great honor that our destination continues to appeal to world travel experts during the recovery phase of our industry, said Lindsay F.P. Grant, Minister of Tourism, Transport and Ports. The minister continued, the resilience of our stakeholders has been remarkable and has allowed us to bounce back as a premier Caribbean destination with our unique collection of St. Kitts resorts. Recognition of this caliber should motivate us as we continue to step in the right direction towards rebuilding a stronger and more dynamic tourism sector, end quote. Great news, isn't it?
It is indeed. We need to stay on top. Very much so.
As I'm learning, an avid traveler yourself, you can appreciate this on a whole other level.
Indeed. So we need to do our best to keep St. Kitts on top, folks. As we continue in the news, Butler's Enhancement and Improvement Association donates to St. James Primary School from the Nevis Island Administration press release. A group of civic-minded persons of the St. James Parish on Nevis donated equipment to the St. James Primary School during a brief handing over ceremony at the school's library on February the 4th. Some of the bean bags donated to the St. James Primary School by the Butler's Enhancement and Improvement Association on February 4th. During a short, significant event, 6 bean bags were presented to the school's deputy principal, Ms. Chrislyn Jeffers, by the Butler's Enhancement and Improvement Association, through its secretary, Ms. Reagan Jeffers, to enhance the students' learning experience. The St. James Primary School, as you know it, is not only a part of the community, but it is the main institution of the delivery of primary education and training. As such, the association strongly believes that we need to continue to contribute and give back to the educational and academic needs of the St. James Primary School. The 6 beanbag chairs create a much more comfortable and user-friendly learning environment for the students when they are using the library, she said. She said that when the 40-member association was established in 2021 as a non-profit organization, its main goal was to give back to their community in all areas of life, including education. So beanbags in school. Beanbags
in school. I was stuck on Chrislyn Jeffers. I was stuck on Chrislyn Jeffers because I know her personally, so that's right. She was in the ranks of deputy principal.
Nice,
awesome.
Nice.
And the donation, which is what the story was actually about.
Yes,
Very good. Very good indeed. All right, so we are continuing with the latest in local news, and this from When Media. CFBC, the Clarence Fitzgerald Bryant College, launches an alumni association. Ms. J.D. Kane spoke to this at the virtual launch of the Clarence Fitzgerald Bryant College's Alumni Association on February 5th, 2022. Colleges and universities worldwide have vibrant alumni associations that offer benefits to colleges and universities, members of the alumni bodies, as well as current students. According to Ms. Keynes, The CFBC Alumni Association is seeking to operate in a similar manner and she outlined the initiatives. In addition, the Alumni Association would provide opportunities for persons to make monetary contributions or otherwise. Ms. Keynes, a Navision alumnus, said she personally would like to assist Navision CFBC students in any way possible. Ms. Keynes, an alumnus, recalled graduating from the Clarence Troy Bryant College in 2005 with a CAPE certificate, and she shared fond memories of meeting, quote, remarkable lecturers and students engaging in meaningful and thought-provoking discussions as well. So a very good story coming from the Clarence Troy Bryant College. Yeah, that has been home to a lot of us. So
indeed,
that association hopefully will grow very, very quickly.
From strength to strength.
All right, you are looking at Good Morning SKN. We are in the segment of the latest, and we're going to take a very brief break. More exciting news on the regional and international front in a moment, everyone, so stay tuned.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Sometime back there, my friend them Cluster and Carol give me a gift certificate to go Nature's Touch Spa at New Road Housing Development. Buy one of the best full body massage I ever get. They also do facials, waxing, manicures, pedicures, prenatal massage, body scrubs, even house scars. Now I hear every Tuesday you could get a full body massage for only $100. I say what? I call one time and book an appointment. 465-2733, 664-2126, 663-0650.
各位朋友，大家好. Greetings, my lovely people. I'm Chantel, residing in Taiwan. 12 hours time difference. It's nighttime here. Morning time in SK. I'm busy and on the go. However, I always manage to keep up to date with what's happening in SK. All thanks to Good Morning SKN. Good Morning SKN. Ciao, bango!
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. We are continuing the latest in regional news.
From Point Express out of Antigua, LIAT 2020 is scheduled to take to the skies within the next 4 months as discussion enter the final stage with potential investors. An advertisement yesterday outlined that LIAT 2020 will be based in Antigua. It is looking for experienced people to fill several positions crucial to the airline's operation. Vacancies include CEO, captains, first officers, cabin crew, maintenance and engineering, information technology and ground operations. Minister of State within the Ministry of Finance, Lennox Weston, said the airline will become a reality, and while he did not disclose names, he says several Caribbean governments have indicated an interest in being part of the carrier. He added that discussions are also underway with potential private investors. We have about 3 governments who have already indicated their desire to participate and are still in the final stages talking to 2 additional investors. Minister Weston stated, in the past, Prime Minister Gaston Brown proposed the creation of LIAT 2020 out of the restructured LIAT 1974 Limited as an alternative to liquidating the airline.
So I'm going to have to ask you, your thoughts on this story.
Kudos to LIAT and restarting. It is an opportunity for those who want to fill those careers that were listed to do so now. and make this airline the best that it is in the Caribbean, because we do need inter-regional connection.
Absolutely.
And we have seen that has suffered since COVID-19. So kudos and best of luck to LIAT 2020.
Absolutely. Clear skies ahead for LIAT, we hope.
Indeed.
All right, so we're moving on to the latest in international news. And this, unfortunately, never gets old, does it? 15 boxes of White House records have been recovered at Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort. This from NPR. The National Archives and Records Administration, the NARA, said it has retrieved 15 boxes of White House records and other items that were stored at former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago property instead of at the National Archives. As first reported by the Washington Post, the documents retrieved last month from the Florida property contained important records of communication along with Trump's self-described quote-unquote love letters with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, as well as a letter addressed to Trump from his predecessor, former President Barack Obama. According to the newspaper, keeping the boxes of records at Mar-a-Lago violated the Presidential Records Act, which requires that the government keep all forms of documents and communications related to a president's or vice president's official duties. As required by the act, the records discovered at the Mar-a-Lago should have been transferred to the NARA from the White House at the end of the Trump administration in January 2021. As I said before, this never gets old.
Why do you have the documents, sir?
I don't live at Mar-a-Lago. I've never been there. But anyway, I can't even recover from that. All right, so, well, maybe Trump can. There you have it for the latest. We will be back with more of Good Morning SKN on this lovely Good Morning in St. Kitts and Nevis in a moment. Stay tuned.
Next, please.
Good morning, Mommy. How are we today?
We are okay. I brought in Bobby to get her first HPV vaccine to secure her from this cancer-causing menace. I'm just trying to make sure my girls have a chance at enjoying life, you know?
You look unsure about something. Are you okay?
I'm a little nervous. My boyfriend found a lump here the other day, and now I'm freaking out.
I understand how you feel, but let's take care of Bobby first. First, let me explain about this vaccine, the HPV vaccine. The HPV vaccine protects both boys and girls. This vaccine can prevent most cases of cervical cancer and some cases of sexually transmitted infections. Mommy, that's it for Bobby. Can we talk privately for a few minutes? It's really good that you told me about your boyfriend finding the lump. I'm glad that you weren't too scared. Mommy, when was the last checkup? Which includes your breast examination and the pap smear.
Honestly, I don't know anything about pap smears. Is that something you do during childbirth? Because if that's the case, I would have done it twice, right?
A pap smear is an examination of your vagina and the pelvis area. It should be done for females between the ages 18 to 69 at least once a year. The World Health Organization recommends that the doctor or nurse that is doing the examination remove the cells from the cervix and check for any abnormal cells, cancer, and the human papillomavirus, which causes cervical cancer. If females get regular tests, anything unusual or abnormal can be treated and seen in its early stages. The girls are being vaccinated before age 13 to reduce the risk of getting cervical cancer. Women tested early and girls vaccinated can help us end cervical cancer. Don't be afraid. It's a simple examination which will be over very soon. Come on, let's get tested.
I am Lucille Pemberton Vaughan. I am health educator and counselor in the National AIDS Secretariat within the Ministry of Health. We have launched Operation Safe Streets, Safe Sheets, and this is done in collaboration with the traffic department. Everybody should be tested and know his or her status. You cannot have your status and not know your partner's status. Initially, when one gets infected, there are no real symptoms. However, during that period, within the first 6 months, some persons show signs like flu-like symptoms. Presently, there is no known cure. However, there's treatment, antiretroviral treatment. This treatment actually keeps the virus in check and prevents it from causing havoc on the immune system. HIV and AIDS can be transmitted to 3 main ways. Mother to child transmission, meaning that when someone is pregnant, that mother could pass it on to her baby in utero, and also during labor and by breastfeeding. Infected blood products like sharing needles and if you have blood transfusion, and finally unprotected sex with someone who is infected. How could this be prevented? Simple as ABC. A, abstinence. Abstinence is still an option. B, be faithful. If you have one partner, stay with that partner. And then third, and I think most importantly, is condom use. The C is consistent, correct condom use. So we are encouraging the public to come and get tested. The test is free, it's confidential, it's reliable.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's Day when it comes, everybody.
I want to wish everyone happy Valentine's Day when it comes, and remember to protect yourself.
I would like to wish the general public a happy Valentine's Day. Love is protective, so protect yourself and protect others.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. We've spoken time and time again about how difficult it is to narrow down a career. Well, today we introduce you to co-directors of the inaugural Nevis Youth Careers Expo, and I'm loving this. Nice. Nevis is nice. NYCE.
Indeed. The Nevis Youth Career Expo is the career fair that is scheduled for March 2022 at the Nevis Cultural Village. The fair will be open to all Nevision students who will be able to interchat with professionals who will discuss their respective fields. We warmly welcome Gabriella Brantley and Janelle Nisbet, the co-directors of the Nevis Youth Careers Expo, who will tell us more about this initiative. Good morning, Gabriella. Good morning, Janelle. Okay, so ladies, we'll dive right into it. What will be different about this career fair?
It's a good question. I think what makes our careers fair different is, I think, as you've mentioned, it's an inaugural careers fair. So it's one of a kind in the sense that we wouldn't have had anything like this prior, at least in Nevis. I'm not sure about St. Kitts and Nevis, but at least in Nevis, as far as Janelle and I are aware, we wouldn't have had anything like this before. And I think another way it's definitely different is it's being led by youth. So it's by youth, for youth, which I think gives it a bit of flavor. We know what we like to see. We know what sort of events we like to attend. So being youth ourselves and being the coordinators of this event, I think it does give that extra touch.
Lovely, lovely.
Well, I like that. I'm sorry, please go on, Janelle.
In addition to that, we're catering to a lot of other diverse career choices, not just the staples such as police, teachers, doctors, lawyers. We're integrating aspects such as careers in water sports, careers in robotics and IT technology. We're incorporating different aspects so that we can showcase these possibilities to our students so that they don't feel limited to certain career choices that are normally presented when we have more limited career exposures in the schools.
Very true.
All right, so the question that I have now is following up on what you said, obviously, by FI, I'm going to say it this way, by youth, for youth. I'm wondering what the extent of, the feedback is that you got from youth was and how it impacted the diversity of the careers that will be represented here. Was that important for you to do that?
For
Yes,
sure.
it was,
Yeah. Go on, Janelle, go on.
it was definitely an important aspect. While it's for youth by youth, I'm slowly edging out of the youth category. So I'm happy to still be a part of it to guide the younger generation who are taking up space as the youth of today. I'm moving on out quite happily, but we did incorporate ideas of what they want to see. I taught in secondary schools for quite a number of years. So I've been interacting with students. I hear what they say. It's not all of them that are inclined for these traditional type careers. They want exposure to different things. They want to know how to be able to tap into these industries, what the salary is like, what type of training is required. And that is what we're trying to create for them, an environment where they can interact with professionals who know and has experienced it so that they can help to guide them along that path.
Absolutely.
Okay, can you tell us the type of professionals that will be at the event?
Almost every type, I'd say. Janelle, what'd you say? I mean, we do have the less niche or the more commonly sort of heard about professions like, the doctors, the lawyers, nurses, accountants. But then we do have some niche groups. We have some persons coming in who specialize in things like agriculture, robotics, marine biology. I think we have, Janelle might be able to correct me, but I think we're trying to also get fishermen involved. We have a whole host of sort of industries we're trying to tap into. So I don't think there's one that we have. Sorry?
What about carpentry?
Carpentry, that's a good one, actually. Janelle, do we have a carpenter? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We've made contact with so many professionals at this point.
Okay.
We might even have a carpenter. I need to check. That would be a great addition for sure. But
yes, on the official list for now, we did reach out to carpenters. However, on the official list for now, we have an architect. And we're hoping that he can at least shed light on that area if we are not able to secure one directly. And we also have other niche groups such as performing artists and visual artists, because a lot of these skills are not showcased as career options. So we tapped into those. We have individuals who work in spas, chefs, fashion designers, and we tried as best as we could to make sure that most of the individuals that we had represented were also young people, so that the students can see that in themselves.
We also have a braidologist that just came to me. We also have a braidologist, which is quite niche. Somebody I've known for a long time who specializes in braids, hair braiding. She's going to be joining us as well. So it's all very exciting. So we're hoping to get more. We have a bit more time to get more persons involved. So hopefully we do expand even further.
Well, I don't know about you, Janelle, but I think it's a great time to be a youth after hearing about all these things. I wouldn't want to rush out of that category too quickly.
It is an excellent time to be a youth, but I've enjoyed mine. I've served in almost every aspect of being a youth. I've been involved in volunteerism and all the different activities, and I'm very happy to see the young and upcoming. Gabriella was actually one of my first students, so
Oh, really?
it's great working with her, yes.
I'm sure you'll have a story or two to share with us about Gabriella once this interview is done. I won't put Gabriella on the spot at all.
Sure.
Right. So we have to take a very brief break, but we will be back to continue the discussion in a moment. Stay tuned.
I wear a mask because I want to protect my child, but also I want to protect his classmates and his teachers.
I wear a mask because I care about the frontline workers who will have to work even harder if those around me get sick.
I wear a mask to protect my family. I wear a mask to protect you. I wear a mask because it is the right thing to do.
I wear a mask because I don't want to put any vulnerable individuals at risk, like my elderly loved ones.
I wear a mask because
we are all in this together.
So nurse, what now?
Let me explain. I'm going to put your feet in these 2-meter stands called stirrups. Your legs will be open, then I will insert my fingers into your vagina and make a check. After that, I'll insert this. When that is inside of you and open up, I can see your cervix better. Then I will use these other devices to help me remove the cells from your cervix and check for the cancer and the HPV. Just relax. It will be over very soon.
Nurse, that wasn't so bad. I thought it would have been very painful.
I am glad your first experience was a good one.
So, when will I get the results?
The results usually return in 3 weeks. You have to come back here to the health center and I will explain. If there's anything abnormal, I will make a referral to your gynecologist.
Okay. Can I get the HPV vaccine my daughter got?
No, I'm sorry, you cannot. The World Health Organization and Pan American Health Organization did a lot of research and found out after persons are sexually active, the vaccine does not work as well.
So what's the best way to prevent me from dying from this HPV?
Just what you did this morning. Early and yearly screening for the HPV virus and checking for changes in the cervix with the Pap test.
How do they know they're not sick?
I know, it's really sad. In 2014, 1 in 4 women in St. Kitts and Nevis were tested positive for one high-risk type of HPV. And in the last 10 years, the number of women with cervical cancer has increased.
See what I mean? But it's good that you could get the Pap test, the HPV vaccine, and the breast checks all at the same time.
Yes, share what you've learned with your family and friends. We in the Ministry of Health are encouraging women to come and have these tests done every year because cervical cancer can be effectively treated if detected and diagnosed early. So let's both do our part. It's time to end cervical cancer.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. We are talking with Gabriella Brantley and Janelle Nisbet all about NICE, the Nevis Youth Careers Expo. Very quickly, ladies, I would like you to tell us about the sponsorship for this event. And I also am aware that it's a nonprofit organization. So what do you have to tell us on that front?
Okay, I guess I'll leap into the aspect on sponsorship. It is a nonprofit event, so all of the funds that we're raising is going towards, whether it's renting chairs or materials to provide, gift bags for the participants to be able to hire an MC and print t-shirts and brochures and informational packages. So all of the funds that we're raising are definitely going back into the event and the students of Nevis. Currently, we have a host of sponsors, and I want to give them all a shout out. So we have our bronze sponsors, who include Barefoot Beach Bar, Turtle Time Bar and Grill, Indian Summers Restaurant, Sagicor, Last Lap Bar and Grill. Then for our silver sponsor, we have our lone silver sponsor, who is KFC. And we have a list of gold sponsors, including 17 Degrees North Realtors, the Bank of Nevis, Digicel, St. Kitts Nevis Anguilla National Bank, Ex-Petrol, Digicel, and Belmont Estate. So we just want to say a big thank you to our current sponsors right now, when we encourage other companies who want to participate and support this initiative to get on board and contact us if you want to become a sponsor and support this event.
Well, it's a great initiative, so I do hope they do.
I guess to contact us, we should probably say that bit as well, Jenna.
Yes, I was leaving that to you, my email.
So our email is nevisyouthcareersexpo@gmail.com. So that's simple enough. And our contact number is 665-8558. So that's Janelle's number. I'm off island. I'm in London studying. So that's our local number. So that's Janelle's number again, 665-8558. And email is nevisyouthcareersexpo@gmail.com. If you'd like any information regarding the event or perhaps the sponsor.
Okay. So, Gabriella, is there plans to have a similar event on St. Kitts anytime soon?
I think our focus is on Nevis, at least for now. It's a lot on Janelle and I, as I think I would have alluded to. I'm currently in my final year. I'm a law student here in London at University College London. So thank you.
So you are following Daddy a bit.
I don't know. We'll have to watch the space. But
okay.
But it's been quite hectic as is, I'd say, just doing it on Nevis. Janelle also is super busy in her career and her work. So I think for now, at this point in our lives at least, we'd probably prefer to keep it in Nevis and as a Nevis event for Nevis youth. We're both Nevisian. So that would be the hope. But in the future, if we get more persons involved, maybe more co-directors, then perhaps it's something that we can extend to St. Kitts or have the event in Nevis, but extend invitations to Kittitian students to also join us. So we'll watch the space. Time will tell.
Time will tell a lot of things. I love your sense of humor, by the way. All right, so you're studying in London right now. Janelle, speaking of your background, we know that you have a Bachelor of Arts in History with a minor in Anthropology.
Yes.
What interested you in this combination?
Well, I've always loved history, to be honest. I feel like in order to understand how things are currently, our perceptions, our ideologies, our reality, we have to understand our history, because the context of where we live and the experiences of our ancestors directly influence how we're living today. So that has always driven my interest in that area. In terms of anthropology, it ties so nicely with history because it's evaluating how we interact socially, our social customs, our behaviors, our practices, and just understanding people. And I think that's what drives me the most.
Well, I would say it definitely lends itself to the organizing of this particular activity.
Yeah.
Gabriella, what about you and your career? We know that you're in your final year of university. And did someone give you advice on choosing this career? Wink, wink.
She's not letting it go, you know.
I see what you're getting at. Of course, my father, yes, is a lawyer by profession, and he would have put in a word in regarding doing law, his love for law. But I wouldn't say that the decision was ultimately his, for sure. I've always loved advocacy. one of the, it's funny because I was a debater for the Leeward Islands debating competition, and my coach was actually Janelle. And that's one of the that's one of the main ways I really got to know Janelle outside of being my English and history teacher. I think she was.
Okay.
So I was a member of the LIDC. I debated when I was 15 years old, and again when I was 16, which made me the youngest person ever to do that for Team Nevis. It's usually 6 formers. And there is when I really learned or I found my love, I'd say, for advocacy and just the adrenaline rush of being on the stage and the anxiety, everything that comes with it, just really is something that piqued my interest. So from then I thought, this is for me. This is not just doing something because my father speaks very highly of it. It's more to do with the fact that I see myself enjoying a career in law. And that was ultimately what drove me to do it. So yes and no. Yes, in the sense that he had a part to play. Definitely, telling me all the time, it's a great career. You'd love it. His own personal love for it is something that inspired myself. He'd always talk about this case he worked on or that case, which was always very, very interesting to me. And then, of course, supplemented by debating, that to me, that was enough. I was sold. So that's what I decided to study. Hopefully, career-wise, I'd love to pursue a career in law, but we'll have to see.
Okay.
Yeah, time will reveal a lot of things. We want to thank you for speaking all about this activity coming up, the inaugural Nevis Youth Careers Expo Nice, which will be held in March 2022. Thank you, ladies, and all of the best to you on this endeavor.
Thank you for having us. It was a pleasure being here today.
Thank you so much. We hope you decide to come to the nice event and perhaps have an interview there. Who knows?
Who knows?
Indeed.
Who knows?
Think about it.
Thanks for the invite.
Thank you on this. Time will tell.
Time will tell. Thank you so much for having us.
You're welcome,
ladies. Have a good one.
Bye.
You're watching Good Morning SKN. More in a moment.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
Everyone is encouraged to adopt a healthy and positive approach to daily life. Here are a few friendly reminders.
When you go to the local market and food vendors, remember to maintain a social distance of 6 feet or 2 meters apart. And always wear your mask.
Always keep your hands clean. Wash your hands with soap and water or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer.
When dining, choose restaurants with staggered seating. This will lower the risk of transmission.
If you have a fever, cough, or other respiratory symptoms, please wear a mask and seek medical care immediately. Rest at home and do not visit the food vendors, local markets, or restaurants.
Sometime back there, my friend them Cluster and Carol give me a gift certificate to go Nature's Touch Spa at New Road Housing Development. Buy one of the best full body massage I ever get. They also do facials, waxing, manicures, pedicures, prenatal massage, body scrubs, even house scars. Now I hear every Tuesday you could get a full body massage for only $100. I say what? I call one time and book an appointment. 465-2733, 664-2126, 663-0650.
You ever hear Earthquake call and say, "Hello, Miss Lee, yes, it's me, Earthquake, I coming Tuesday around 10? No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced, and when it come, it shake all sense and sensibility out of we. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on. Once the shaking starts, you know it's earthquake. Make a quick move to a safe place. Don't run to the doorway or any exit. Stairs might block up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that, because you might get in and poof, power gone, and you're stuck in that box without ear. Take cover under a strong table or a bed, or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner, and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH, drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors, outside walls and doors in an earthquake, bad news. Take care yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drop and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, nobody run outside and ask, you feel it, you feel it? Remain calm, stay indoors until all the shaking stop, and do the DCH, drop, cover, hold on.
The heart, the organ that symbolizes love. This is not a modern concept. As far back as ancient Greeks, the vital organ has been synonymous with love. While this organ symbolizes love, we often do not do enough to show our heart's love. From research, the heart is the epicenter of our health. It beats about 2.5 billion times over the average lifetime, pushing millions of gallons of blood to every part of the body. This steady flow carries with it oxygen, fuel, hormones, other compounds, and a host of essential cells. It also whisks away the waste products of metabolism. When the heart stops, essential functions fail, some almost instantly. As February is Heart Awareness Month, or Heart Month, we have invited Dr. Caroline Lawrence, specialist in internal medicine and cardiology, to join us on Good Morning SKN to tell us how we can show love to our heart. Welcome, Dr. Lawrence.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome.
Good morning.
As I was saying before, you're such a good doctor because literally you were on call.
Literally.
Yes, so thank you.
And I answered.
And you
Not
answered.
only that, I was on call.
You were on call and you answered and you came to the studio. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Right, so as Kortensia just said, the heart is the epicenter of our health. Can you explain to us how important it is for our body's overall health?
Sure. So other specialists, like for the brain, might think, or the kidneys might think, no, they're equal importance. Of course not. So the heart, of course, is its main job is to supply the body with all the oxygen, nutrition, as you rightly said, that it needs. So of course the brain needs this heart to work, the kidneys need this heart to work, all our muscles, organs, so it is critical that we look after this organ. Some want to call it a pump. We don't care what you want to call it. Its job is to supply everybody, all parts of us, with what we need to survive. And I have seen a decent amount of abuse of people's hearts in this country, and I was shocked when I first came back home and saw I wasn't expecting to see this amount of heart disease. Wow. So yeah, it is important that we look after it as much and as best as we can.
So what are some of the leading causes of heart disease? Because we notice it can cause death.
Mm-hmm. So even in times of COVID, heart disease is still the leading cause of death. Wow. Even in times of COVID. So I'm sorry, what was your original question?
Okay, we noticed that heart disease is a leading cause of death. Can you give
Yes.
us some of the causes of these diseases?
Of the heart disease. So the main thing, so can I reference my
Please
model? All right, so this is what a heart really looks like. So not the Valentine thing that we know and draw since we're small. This is what the heart looks like. And it sits in our chest just like so. So the peak or the apex of the heart is right here below or around the left breast. So the main killer causing heart disease is when these vessels that are run on the outside of the heart, these are the vessels that supply blood to the heart itself. So these ones here take the blood to the body and return, but these are the ones that feed the heart. So the main problem why we still see heart disease as the leading cause of death is that when these vessels get blocked. So the heart feeds everybody, the heart feeds itself too. So when these vessels that run on the outside get blocked, then all inside stops getting the blood it needs, can't function. So that's called a heart attack. So that's the leading cause of what can go wrong with the heart. Some people, their heart get big. Some people, they have electricity problems. So there are different things that can make heart disease occur. But the leading one is these vessels getting narrowed or blocked.
Okay.
So is there anything that we can do to stave off the effects of heart disease?
So stave off getting the heart disease in the first place, right? So especially as it relates to these blood vessels that I'm talking about, the arteries that can get blocked, we have put what increases your risk of getting this type of heart disease into two main categories. The modifiable, the ones that we can change, and the non-modifiable risk factors, the ones that we can't change. So the things that we can attack would be stuff like your blood pressure, your blood sugar, your cholesterol level in the blood, your exercise level, your weight. So cigarette smoking, those are the modifiable risk factors. And if you have any of the non-modifiable, that is like a black man getting older,
I love that you're doing
and
that.
those are three of the four non-modifiable risk factors, and the fourth one is a family history. So if you're unfortunate to be born into the family that has this type of heart disease, you can't change that.
Okay.
You can't change your sex. You can change your gender, but you can't change your sex. You can't change your race.
I like that.
So if you have set up, if you have recognized, I have some of these non-modifiable risk factors, then let me see if I have any of the ones I can modify. Get your pressure checked, get your sugar checked, get your cholesterol checked, regular exercise. So then this is how you decrease your risk of getting that type of heart disease.
Okay. So for persons who have been diagnosed with heart disease, can you tell us how can they manage that?
So it depends on the type of heart disease. So again, if it's about this one with the blood vessels, then doing those things, knowing your numbers is what the Americans like to say. Know what your pressure is, keep it what it's supposed to be. Know what your sugar is, keep it to what it's supposed to be. So if it's about this type of heart disease with the blood supply problem, then getting your parameters that you can modify to normal. Of course, there are other types of heart disease. I mentioned about the enlarged heart. And some of us, those tend to require prescription medications. In our part of the world, we don't like prescription medications.
Natural.
Yeah. So it can be a challenge.
Okay.
And then typically when a person is on the meds, they do so well, it's all right, I got this now. And maybe let's see how I do without 1 or 2 a day, 3 days. But they're doing good. So they push it too.
Yeah.
And then you stop taking the meds altogether, and then you come back in heart failure. So one of the ways to prevent that is to stick with your prescription medications.
Okay, gotcha.
They have side effects, some of them, it's true. Let your doctor know. But mainly it's about if you have a side effect to this pill, we can switch it if we can. The medications are here to help you. So it's knowing your numbers, sticking to your prescription medication, seeing your doctor regularly. Exercise.
So I keep hearing.
Man, 4 for 4.
Anybody who is a patient of mine who's seen me more than twice would hear that question. So how the exercise going? That's just rolls off my tongue. How's the exercise going? How's the exercise going? How's the exercise going? Not always easy to do, especially in these times. I'm fully aware, but it still is a way to help control your heart health. So exercise.
Okay, for this segment, Dr. Lawrence, we're out of time, but don't go anywhere. Stick and stay. We will be back after this commercial break.
It's been 6 months now and Glenn hasn't been working. His attitude has completely changed and he's been leaving the house every day for hours and liming with his friends and coming home drunk and causing confusion.
Gloria, this is what you cook today? This is not enough food for a big man like me.
But Glenn, it's been 6 months now. You haven't given me any money to shop for food.
Okay, so what you want me to do if my boss ain't called me out for work as yet?
Look for a different job now.
What you just said to me?
Get a next job.
What?
Help, let me go.
Let go what? Yeah, let's see what really happened. Let go what? Watch your mouth with me now.
The weekend mom and dad fight. When are they going to stop?
Domestic violence is not just physical, it's mental, emotional, economical, and psychological. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492, Special Victims Unit 662-7077, Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
These teen boys nowadays get me so upset. I see these teen girls with their big bellies and you want to tell me y'all couldn't protect her and yourself? Come on. Now don't tell me no stupidness about you feel embarrassed about getting a pack of condoms or asking somebody for one. That ain't nothing to be ashamed about. You should be proud that you are making a wise decision, but you still have to abstain from having sex with someone under the age of consent. If your boys are pressuring you to have sex and you don't want to, then don't. You are in charge of your life, not them. I heard another one saying it's sweeter without a condom. But my granny always told me, no glove, no love. So let me tell you something. It's sweeter to have money in your pockets and not have to support a child at that young age. Before I say anything else, the best way to prevent teenage pregnancy is to abstain. In other words, no do it. Let me talk to the big men troubling underage girls.
Why you sleeping with your daughter? You're not live clean. Your girl at 16 and your daughter at 13. So girl look me, but me know in that big man no deal with back pan back.
You understand where I'm coming from, right?
This message was brought to you by Project Viola through the Department of Gender Affairs with support from the Basic Needs Trust Fund and the Caribbean Development Bank.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. We have the pleasure and privilege of being joined by Dr. Caroline Lawrence, specialist in internal medicine and cardiology. We know what the heart is, and we also saw earlier a demonstration of how the heart actually works. What I want to talk to you about now, Doctor, is some of the other diseases besides heart disease that could affect the heart.
Sure. So I kind of said some of them too, like hypertension and diabetes. So elevated blood pressure, high blood sugar, diabetes, high blood cholesterol can, yes, affect the vessels, which then can affect the heart muscle itself. Some of us are born with heart disease, so some children, clearly, we're talking about being born, so it would present typically in the neonate. Some babies are born with heart disease. So I reference the blood vessels feeding the heart. Sometimes, so everybody's heart is to have 4 chambers.
Okay.
Sometimes some children are born with no chambers on the left side, so they only have the 2. Some children are born with a hole in their heart, and that would mean then that the blood that is only supposed to go to the lungs to get oxygen is now going out of the heart with low oxygen because of that hole that allows for the transmission of blood. So sometimes it's congenital, things you're born with. Sometimes it's things like the common flu. So a flu attack, the influenza, not COVID, other viruses, other viruses can actually attack the heart and make the heart get an enlarged floppy heart and then can't work well and then go into heart failure. So yeah, there's several different types, not just about the blood supply, but things you're born with. High blood pressure can attack the heart and do a completely different presentation. So yeah, when we talk about the heart, it can get quite complex. Structural problems, electrical problems as well, and sometimes both.
So can you tell us what are some foods that are good for the heart?
Yes. So we're all to do good on our vegetable intake. I am very, very, very guilty. I don't like vegetables at all. But yeah, so vegetables and fresh fruits. So what's supposed to roll off my tongue is a diet rich in fresh fruits and vegetables. I like fresh fruits, I don't like vegetables. Yeah, so vegetables and fruits. We're to avoid high cholesterol foods. So we're to avoid red meat. So that would be like mutton and steak and beef. Yeah, so those are to be once a month event. We're to avoid full cream cheese, full cream milk. So those are the other cholesterol bits that can.
Love those.
Yeah. I love those too. So when you talk about what foods, I know I'm going to cheat and have some of those foods that I'm not supposed to have. So then I go ahead and make sure I exercise.
Yeah, so you balance it off.
Yeah, so I cheat.
Okay, good stuff.
And
so Jamie, there must be balance.
Yes.
So
balance is
it's
important.
okay to cheat as long as you make it up. Did you hear that?
Yes. No, I say that with. But then I know my numbers too. So I know my blood pressure is, I know my blood sugar is, and my cholesterol. So then, yeah. Yeah, but the fruits and vegetables and low cholesterol foods.
All right, so doctor, what happens at a heart checkup?
A heart checkup. So first, it's about finding if you have symptoms about heart disease. So we go into the history first. Problems to breathe when you exert yourself, or chest pain when you exert yourself. Problems to breathe when you lie down to sleep. Do you feel your heart doing funny beats when you're not exerting yourself? Do you see swelling of the feet, swelling of the ankles? So I go into the history first. Do you have any symptoms suggestive of heart disease? And then we do the physical exam, where I literally listen to what your heart is saying, stethoscope and story. And I only expect to hear 2 heart sounds when I listen to anybody's heart. Sometimes you hear extra heart sounds. So you're supposed to hear doop doop, doop doop. Sometimes you hear doop sh doop, doop sh doop. Sometimes you hear doop.
They're playing the drum in there, man.
Yeah. And so I listen to the heart. I also examine the rest to see if there are any signs of heart failure, fluid collecting where it doesn't belong. And then sometimes if you have had no symptoms in the history and the physical exam, listening to the heart is normal, that's where your heart evaluation ends, because then you haven't given me any reason to do anything more for you. Sometimes we have to do the first screening test for heart disease, which is the electrocardiogram. Looking at the electricity in the heart. Sometimes we have to do an ultrasound of the heart called an echocardiogram. Sometimes we have to do a stress test. So it depends on what the history and the exam tell us to see if we need to do anything further for you or you're good to go.
Okay. So is the heart really the seat of love?
That's what they say. But I know you're supposed to love your heart.
Yeah.
So if it's of course, that's all the theoretical thing, but you're supposed to love your heart. You're supposed to love your heart. I have seen the heart pull through for many people who have abused their heart, and the heart's still loving them, working for them. But we need to start loving our heart more. We're doing the regular exercise. We're checking your numbers, pressure, sugar, cholesterol level, and exercise again. Yeah, and I mean, the plug for the exercise is not just to throw that number, the word out there. We like to, at least coming from the American Heart Association, for fully grown adults, a minimum of 150 minutes of aerobics in a 7-day week. So 150 minutes minimum. That could be 3 days of 50. That could be 5 days of 30. That could be all once on that Saturday, 150 minutes. So whatever it is, at least try to get that 150 minutes of exercise every 7 days. And you're putting yourself in a nice position to look after your heart well.
I like that. And that's something that I will do as well. So February, Yeah, don't look at me like that, doctor. Doctor is doubtful me looking at me.
I did 55 minutes on the treadmill today.
Oh, good. Kudos.
And you?
I did 20 minutes. I did 20 minutes yesterday morning, around 6 to 6:30. I parked my car outside, and I went for my run, and I came back, and I got to work.
Very good. And you?
I will be doing 60 minutes from 11 to 12. I promise you, I'm going to the gym between 11 and 12 today. Look out for me. I have some friends waiting for me there even.
Excellent.
Picture proof.
Indeed.
Dr. Lawrence, thank you for stopping by and talking with us all about the heart. One of the things that you said that I will remember is you have to love your heart.
Yeah. You sweet it up. Look at it nice.
Absolutely. We'll be back with more Good Morning SKN in a moment. Feel the love. Come back.
It's been 6 months now and Glenn hasn't been working. His attitude has completely changed and he's been leaving the house every day for hours and liming with his friends and coming home drunk and causing confusion.
Gloria, this is what you cook today? This is not enough food for a big man like me.
But Glenn, it's been 6 months now. You haven't given me any money to shop for food.
Okay, so what you want me to do if my boss ain't called me out for work as yet?
Look for a different job now.
What you just said to me?
Get a next job.
What?
Help, let me go.
Let go what? Yeah, let's see what real happening. Let go what? Watch your mouth with me now.
The weekend mom and dad fight. When are they going to stop?
Domestic violence is not just physical, it's mental, emotional, economical, and psychological. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492, Special Victims Unit 662-7077, Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
Sometime back there, my friend them Cluster and Carol give me a gift certificate to go Nature's Touch Spa at New Road Housing Development. Buy one of the best full body massage I ever get. They also do facials, waxing, manicures, pedicures, prenatal massage, body scrubs, even house scars. Now I hear every Tuesday you could get a full body massage for only $100. I say what? I call one time and book an appointment. 465-2733, 664-2126, 663-0650.
Good morning, this is Carol from Lux Carnival and I listen to Good Morning SKN.
It's giveaway time again on Good Morning SKN. It's the season of love, and we want to show love to you so that you can show love to that special someone. With Valentine's Day just around the corner, we know how sometimes it is difficult to plan an activity or buy a gift for the person you love, and we talked about that yesterday. Varying opinions, but definitely we know that it's difficult. We'll settle on that one. So we at Good Morning SKN have partnered with 5 local businesses to gift you Valentine's-themed giveaways.
Our giveaway sponsors for today is Gary Fruits and Flowers, which is a locally owned flower and gift shop and event planner. It is located in Soho Village, Bastyr, St. Kitts. Gary's opens Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 a.m. and from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Saturdays. Or when it's...
So we're selecting the winner right now. I can see the spin. I can see the spin. Who is the lucky winner going to be? Well, first of all, they were selected from Instagram.
They were.
The winner's name?
Wolf U_V.2. Okay. Congratulations.
Ooh, awesome.
You win a gift basket. Thank you to our sponsor today, Gary Fruits and Flowers. If you'd like to purchase a fruit or flower basket from Gary's, call 465-6876. That is 465-6876. We would also like to extend a heartfelt thank you to everyone that participated. If you did not win today, don't lose hope. There are other days. You may be the next lucky winner. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Studio 327 Inc. to find out how you can participate in this giveaway.
I love the way you said that, though. You're like, you're so feeling. If you participated but you didn't win, don't lose hope. You're so convincing to me.
There is always another day.
No, I want to participate.
Yeah.
But I can't. But you guys can, so you know what to do.
Sure
right?
can.
All right, so we're going to be back in a moment. Stay tuned for more Good Morning SKN.
Has anyone ever touched you here, or here? Well, these are actually bad touches, not good ones. And so, if anyone ever touches you in these areas or anywhere else that makes you uncomfortable, you must say no, then go and tell. Say it with me. Say no, then go and tell.
This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with Probation and Child Protection Services, the Ministry of Health, and the Pan American Health Organization.
So you mentioned something about a lump.
Babe, I just felt something on the left side of your breast. Tell me if you feel it.
Do you do your self-breast examinations monthly?
No, I don't.
Well, women are supposed to examine their breasts once monthly. Let me show you how. When at home, you can check while standing in the shower or while lying down. Simply place a pillow under your right shoulder and your right arm behind your head. Using your left hand, move the pads of your fingers around your right breast, gently covering the entire breast area and armpit. Use light, medium, and firm pressure. Squeeze the nipple and check for discharge and lumps. I did find a lump in the upper left breast. I am not sure what this means. Therefore, I need to refer you to the DMO, or you can see your private physician. The doctor is going to examine you and recommend an ultrasound or a mammogram. Listen, not every lump is cancer. 80 to 85% of the time, the lumps found are benign. That means they are non-cancerous. Lumps in the female breast or armpit can be non-cancerous tissue growth or fluid buildup, or a number of things that can present themselves at various times. But sometimes it's a sign of cancer. That is why I am referring you to see the doctor.
Okay, nurse. Thanks for your help.
You're watching Good Morning SKN, and unfortunately we do have to apologize. We had some technical difficulties, but we've gotten those rectified, and we are continuing our discussion with the lovely Sonia Body Thompson. So Sonia worked hard, as was said before, and she applied herself and demonstrated academic excellence, and with that, opportunities came. And we again welcome you to Good Morning SKN, Sonia. And of course, we want to congratulate you on your recent appointment as counselor at the Permanent Mission of St. Kitts and Nevis to the Organization of American States. And what can you tell us about what's involved in that position?
Good morning, Jamie, and thank you very much for having me on Good Morning SKN. It's an absolute delight to be here, and thank you so much for your kind words of commendation on my new role as counselor at the Permanent Mission of St. Kitts and Nevis to the Organization of American States here in Washington, D.C. As you may be aware, the Organization of American States is made up of 34 countries within the Caribbean, North America, South America, and the entire Latin America and Caribbean region, including Canada and the United States. And it's a hemispheric body where countries come together to discuss issues and resolve matters that are affecting our region. And here I serve in a technical advisory capacity to our ambassador, His Excellency Everson Hull, who leads our delegation here. So I provide great support to him, and it's an absolute pleasure for me at this time. And right now, St. Kitts and Nevis is actually chairing the Permanent Council, which is a distinguished body of this organization. So it's a great joy to be here this time to lend that critical support that is needed as we guide the proceedings of the Permanent Council meetings.
Okay, Ms. Body, so you explain to us what your position involves. So now I'm going to ask you, how is the cold treating you?
How's it cold?
She's a West girl today, by the way.
You know what? I always see myself a Caribbean girl. You know, I love the tropical climate, but I'm adjusting quite well to, you know, the climate here.
Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely.
Yeah, I don't think that there's any culture shock at all, you know, in knowing you. There's no culture shock being where you are now, is there, Sonia?
Culture shock, well, fortunately, I've traveled quite a bit in the last decade, from my early times as a youth ambassador and even serving in the parliament and working as a senior foreign service officer. So I wouldn't say there's any real culture shock, and I'm quite familiar with the United States.
You got this.
Girl power?
Woman power.
All right, so let's talk about your scholarship. And even before then, your ties to the village of Tabernacle.
Yay!
Yeah, okay, you get to talk about that. I'll just set it up. You talk all about that, Sonia. Go right ahead.
I am a proud Tabernacle woman. I grew up in the beautiful village of Tabernacle, 10 miles out of Bastia to the east, and I'm very happy to have been raised in that beautiful environment that has such great community support and an environment that really allowed me to thrive and to grow. And it was in a community where it really took a community to raise a child. So I had the benefit of the support and guidance of people all around our community. It was just not my grandmother. So I'm really happy and thankful to everybody within the Tabernacle community who over the years have continuously supported me and given me words of encouragement as I've continued to grow as a young woman.
You've also managed to give back to the community as well. Is that not true?
That is certainly true. I am passionate about giving back. My personal favorite quote is, I'm happy when I receive, but I'm even happier when I give back. And therefore, in 2014, when I celebrated my 30th birthday, I decided I wanted to do something meaningful. I mean, the years prior to that, having finished university, I always gave prizes at the graduation ceremony of the Edgar T. Morris Primary School, which is formerly the Tabernacle Primary School, which I attended. But I decided I wanted to take it up a notch. And so in 2014, I launched a Sonia Body Promising Youth Leader Scholarship, where annually I award scholarships to a male and a female from the grade 6 who's transitioning to secondary school, and I provide them with school uniforms, school books, and the necessary school supplies to give them that added push and readiness to get ready for high school, because I believe once they have a good start, they'll feel motivated to continue, you know, striving for excellence. And many persons did that for me along the way, and I feel compelled, I feel duty bound to give back because I can see the benefits of people's investment in me and who I've become, and I want to do that and inspire other young people as well.
Good stuff. So, Ms. Body, you have earned degrees in public relations and international relations. What about these fields appeal to you most?
Sorry. I earned my first degrees in international relations and my master's in public administration.
Okay, I stand corrected.
No problem. You were close.
All right, so the question is,
what about these fields appeal to you most?
Oh, just, for me, I love to communicate and I love to interact and engage with people from all walks of life. And I love to, and not only from all walks of life, but from different countries. So really, I was inspired actually to study international relations after I had a short stint at the Embassy of the Republic of China, Taiwan in St. Kitts and Nevis. While I was at the Clarence Fitzroy Bryan College, I was really intrigued by the work that was being done at the embassy and the female ambassador who was there at the time. And so therefore I became inspired to pursue a degree because it allowed a melting pot of subject areas. Because initially, at one point in high school, I was interested in becoming a French interpreter. And then by the time I got to CFPC, I felt like I wanted to study law. But I always liked communicating, so I felt like, and I always had an interest in politics as well. So I felt like, hey, great, this will be perfect. I can marry my love for languages, politics, communication, and study international relations and have the opportunity to travel and to meet people from all over the world and to promote my country and to, negotiate things that can benefit the people of my country and other countries and just make a big difference globally.
You had it planned out.
You think so?
And the public administration end of it, really, I just wanted that added skill in the public sector, that managerial skill. Many people do an MBA, but since I was in the public service, I felt like I needed that more administrative and managerial and leadership skills to allow me to continue to excel in the public sector, and that's why I chose public administration.
Well, from where we sit, it has served you well, and it continues to serve you well.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely, Sonia. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more of Sonia Body right after this. Stay tuned.
Let's face it, most parents or guardians don't want to think about their teens having sex, let alone contemplate the possibility that they might get pregnant or get someone pregnant. Teenage pregnancy is a situation that involves female adolescents. A teenage female can be pregnant as early as age 12 or 13, although it is usually 14 and older. The fact that teenagers become pregnant is related to many factors. Here are some tips to decrease teen pregnancy. Teach teenagers comprehensive sex education. Target messages at teen boys, not just girls. Get the whole community involved. Encourage mentoring, parental involvement, and support. This message was brought to you by Project Viola through the Department of Gender Affairs with support from the Basic Needs Trust Fund and the Caribbean Development Bank.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Welcome back. Before the break, we were talking with Miss Sonia Body Thompson about some of her academic achievements. Sonia, what?
Yeah, we're delving into the professional realm.
We are. We are.
Yeah.
We are.
Definitely.
We are.
Definitely.
Okay, Sonia, you previously held, a dual role. One was clerk of the National Assembly and the other was foreign service officer. Tell us a bit about each and how you were able to function in both roles.
You know, I was really privileged to have the opportunity to wear two professional hats over the last 5 years, serving as a foreign service officer, then a senior foreign service officer, while also serving initially as deputy clerk and then clerk. So serving in the parliament was an absolutely amazing, eye-opening, refreshing experience. I don't think
see it in your
people
eyes.
get the opportunity to sit actually in the middle of both the government and opposition and see them debate, you know, with such passion, the issues that affect our country. And so I really deem it an honor and privilege having served there. But my role there was very administrative. I pretty much served as the lead administrative officer there, guiding the team in terms of ensuring that the members of parliament had all the necessary documents that were required for each sitting, and also providing procedural guidance to the Speaker and the members of Parliament as to how proceedings should be conducted and what not should be allowed during the sittings. As a Foreign Service Officer, again, it's a similar role to what I'm doing here now. Again, I pretty much re-engage with members of the international community. A lot of my work involved, you know, daily interacting with countries all across the world who want to do business with St. Kitts and Nevis, who want to deepen their diplomatic relations with St. Kitts and Nevis, and see how we can provide opportunities for the socioeconomic benefit of our people. So it was an absolute delight. My last role was head of the Bilateral Scholarships and Training Division at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Aviation in my capacity as a Senior Foreign Service Officer. So I was really responsible for ensuring that we maintain those key relationships with each country, and also ensuring that we promote and articulate for more scholarships for our young people. Having benefited from several scholarships over the years from both foreign governments and private sector entities, I see the need for more scholarships to be offered, and I take it upon myself personally to advertise scholarships whenever I see them available. So I was really happy to work in that area and to provide guidance to the team working in that area, because I can see how the benefits that can be derived if we maintain good relationships with other countries. It definitely will translate to benefit for our people.
Yeah, I see your passion when you speak about scholarships, and that is very good for our youth coming up, because some of us really can't afford to go to school. So the scholarship program is very well. Thank you so much, Ms. Body, for that.
Yeah, scholarships are critically important, and they've played a huge part in my personal and my professional development. I had my first scholarship at age 12 from the Cable and Wireless Company, and from that time, I just I had a scholarship from Cable and Wireless for 7 years, from first form to sixth form. While in sixth form, I had a scholarship from the Embassy of the Republic of China, Taiwan. Then I pursued my undergraduate studies from a scholarship from the government of Mexico. Then I was lucky to have a scholarship from the British government. I had a Chevening scholarship. I also benefited from professional development scholarships from the OAS, and I pursued a course in international law in Brazil, and I also did a course in quantitative and qualitative techniques in data analysis for public policy in Colombia, again, by the OAS. So there are many, many, many scholarship opportunities out there, much more than before. And I want young people to realize that, because at the end of the day, when you've benefited from a scholarship and you're finished your studies, the beauty about it is you do not owe the bank. So you can go through your professional life feeling a bit more relaxed, more relieved, and you can now start focusing more on other goals that you have to pursue. But when you have those student loans, it really becomes a bit burdensome. And I do hear the cries from my friends, and I really want less of our young people to have to deal with that, so they can be able to acquire other things in life. And I believe it's great that A lot more scholarships are offered today, but our people have to be willing to make the sacrifice also to apply for these scholarships, because people think nobody's going to serve you anything on a platter. If you're going to get a plate, you're not going to get a bag of rice. And so sometimes you have to actually write an essay, go through an interview process. But I believe the sacrifice, I can't say I believe, I know the sacrifice is definitely worth it. I am testimony of that. So I'm really grateful, and that is why I felt it was important as well for me to even launch my own scholarship. And I'm going to add something that I remember about 2 years ago, I think it was about 2019, my uncle at that time, rest his soul, because he passed last year, his name was Uncle Jeddy. He had just received WhatsApp because he lived abroad, and I was so happy to share him a link to the news article that I had given my scholarship, the Sonia Body Promising Youth Leader Scholarship for that year. And he immediately called me and he said, where were you when I needed a scholarship? And he said, I warmed his heart so much, because he said he remember when he was about 15, 16, the time for school was coming up. And he went to Mama, which was my grandmother who raised, which is his mom. And he said, Mama, I haven't seen any cool things being purchased or anything. And she just bowed her head in shame. She just didn't have the resources to further finance his academic pursuits. And at that moment, he recognized that his educational journey was ending at age 16. And when we had that conversation, it just touched me so much. I said, if it's anything I continue to do in this life while I'm alive, is to ensure that I continue with this Sonia Body Promising Youth Leader Scholarship, definitely. One, in honor of all those who've invested in my personal development, but also to do something that I know my grandmother would have wanted to do for her own children that she did not have the opportunity to do because of, the way life was at that time and the economic circumstances. So I definitely am passionate about scholarships, and any way I can give back and I can assist, I will do so.
Okay.
Sonia, we are almost out of time, but there are 2 things that I need you to do for me very quickly, so we'll see how succinct we can be. Okay. One is to offer any advice to children who, like you, would have started from humble beginnings.
Okay, very quickly, I want to say to every child in the world, I'm not going to limit it to just saying kids and needers. Once you remain focused, you are diligent, you continue working hard, you can achieve your dreams. Don't give up. Don't be defined by your current circumstances. Continue to put in the work, and your hard work and your efforts are not going to always be overlooked. But also, it's important to have a great attitude. My grandmother always told me, rudeness will not take you around the world. And very often when I'm traveling, I always reflect on those words. So it's important to have a great attitude, because you can have good academic qualifications, but if you have a bad attitude, it will certainly determine your altitude. So keep working hard, continue to press on, and continue being relentless in the pursuit of opportunities to achieve your goals.
Well, thank you, Ms. Body. It was indeed a pleasure talking to you this morning, and we hope to talk to you sometime again on another show.
Thank you.
So you have a great day.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You too. All the best. Bye-bye.
Good morning, SKN. We'll return after this short commercial break.
Bless up, Dejo here, and I'm doing my part in the fight against COVID-19 by following all safety protocols and, most importantly, rolling up my sleeve for the vaccine. So I'm encouraging you to do the same, because that's our best shot of protecting ourselves, our family, and our friends. So don't wait, vaccinate. Let's roll up to roll out.
Yeah. I know we can make it. It's only just a phase. Once we're vaccinated, and everybody gonna be safe. Everybody gonna be safe. One kind, yeah. One people. We are roll up to roll up. Yeah. Cause no man's alone. Do what's right. Alright. Cause I love you. Brother, my sister. And we're in this together. My sister, my brother. I don't wanna lose you. I love you too much. I think it's better for us, yeah. It's better for us. Hey, I don't wanna lose you. I love you too much. much, yeah, yeah. It's better for us. Tell your mommy to roll up to roll out.
Good morning, this is Carol from Lux Carnival, and I listen to Good Morning SKN.
And we're back on Good Morning SKN. It is the season of love, and we have said before, this is the time when everyone is running around frantically trying to figure out what to do for Valentine's Day. One of the main challenges we bump into is the way we express our love. It is not the way our partners receive our love. Have you ever heard about the 5 love languages? Well, according to Dr. Gary Chapman, there are 5 love languages: words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch.
These 5 love languages are 5 unique styles of communicating love, which can often get lost in translation. Not everyone communicates love in the same way, and likewise, people have different ways they prefer to receive love. So today, as we loosen up, we'll be discussing these love languages and sharing ways we can express it to our loved ones. All right, so here we go.
The first one, words of affirmation. People with words of affirmation as a love language value verbal acknowledgement of affection, encouragement, and empathy. This includes compliments, a love note, text, or a card.
Interesting stuff.
Yeah.
All right, number 2, acts of service. If your love language is an act of service, you value when your partner goes out of his or her way to make your life easier by alleviating your workload. Simple as that. And this can include doing chores around the house, making breakfast, or wow, imagine that, doing laundry.
Dustpan.
Working around the house.
Do you see the correlation of the dustpan now?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
You're taking me back to last
Yes,
week. Yeah.
the dustpan.
So it does work.
It does work, exactly. Receiving gifts. If your loved one's love language is receiving gifts, then they need visual symbols of love. Visual symbols, as Chapman calls it. These gifts do not have to break the pocket. They just need to be thoughtful as a sign that you've been paying attention to their interests. Small things matter in a big way. Even if you give them that pen they have been raving about, they are sure to appreciate it.
Absolutely right. Number 4, quality time. I've known people who say, you know what, there's no such thing as quality time. Apparently there is.
There is.
So let's talk about quality time. If your love language is quality time, then you desire to have special moments with your loved ones. You enjoy walks or any other seemingly small activity with people you love. So adventures, getaways, they're huge for this. You need uninterrupted and focused conversations, as one-on-one time is critical. So this is the part where you don't watch the TV while you're having that conversation.
Yeah, or you don't have your phone while you're talking. This is the part.
That's a big one, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right.
Physical touch, hugs, hold hands, just show physical affection regularly. This person whose love language is physical touch, intimacy is a priority. Don't use your word, use your body language and touch to express your love to them.
Interesting.
So which one of these love languages do you gravitate
I'm going to have to review every one. Quality time, physical touch, receiving gifts, acts of service, and words of affirmation. I'm the guy that reviews everything, right? Before committing to anything. All right. I don't know. I think they're all meaningful. I don't think that we just have one love language. Contrary to that, I think that maybe we're on a spectrum, right? So we have a little bit of each. Some, or maybe more of one than the other. What do you think?
I think I have more of some more than the other. Yeah.
So we're going to go to the hierarchy. So Oh, that's how it is. I'm getting cute here. I'm getting an education in love and love languages. Thank you, my educator in the studio, who's hidden from all of you. All right. So apparently, this is the hierarchy, right? So look at this hierarchy again. So it's words of affirmation.
Yeah.
That's first.
You say nice things, and then you get a nice reaction.
Or did I mix them up? I think I mixed them up. You know. I swear I mixed them up. All right. We'll figure this out. We'll have to do some research. Clearly, I need some help with my love languages. I didn't see food here, but I suppose, yes, it was here, breakfast. And that's what we started with this morning, right? So, yes, acts of service, making breakfast for that person.
Yeah.
Although I could imagine that even when we talk about these things, if you were communicating with someone who's using a different love language, this can be a bone of contention.
Yeah. Because you might like acts of service, but they do not like acts of service. And that I have found out. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Imagine. Yeah, go ahead.
What about receiving gifts?
Well, receiving gift. Well, I'm not a big gift receiver per se. It's just one of those things. I'm not really big on things like that. So I figure conversation is perhaps better for me.
Okay.
But I could see the scene coming out. Like if you watch The Honeymooners, I'm aging myself again. But if you if you watched The Honeymooners, could you imagine the scene playing out where the wife wants to talk and she wants to feel that connection? And well, he'll never do this, but maybe another guy will do this. Actually, pick up the dustpan and start sweeping.
Yeah, exactly. And cleaning up is a big thing for us because imagine if you clean up and be like, oh, he did that, and I'm gonna want to be implied to like do something nice or give you something nice.
I'm kind of curious as to where you'd have these when you'd have these conversations in your dating relationship, though. Would you like literally have this conversation like, oh, hey, this is my love language. What's your love language? Do you figure it out?
I think we should have it in the initial stages, so there is no gray area.
Yeah.
As we would have discussed in previous conversations, it's better to come in being yourself than to come in pretending everything is okay. And then when you don't pick up on what I like, I'm mad at you. And as we said, men cannot read our minds, so we need to be clear and precise. So, Jamie, my love language is words of affirmation. I wake up in the morning, I look like a scary doll. Oh, you look lovely, wife. And you know I look terrible, but I'll feel good. Because my husband thinks I look good, although I know I look terrible. So, yeah, stuff like that.
Okay, so somewhere in there is a joke about a lie that's being told, but I won't mention it. What about you?
No.
I don't know. I don't know anymore.
Quality time. What about quality time?
Quality time is, I think that's a big one. I think that's a big one. In an age when everybody gets busy, I think that's a big one. Eking time out to spend with that person, whether it's a simple activity or just staying at home and conversing with each other. I think that's a very big one.
Putting the phone away.
Although I'm not supposed to say that because this is Valentine's Day and you're supposed to be going big, so you're supposed to be going out to eat and you're supposed to be doing all these other things and taking photos so that people can, what do you do now with your cell phones? You see that? I can't even do it. It's selfies with the lip pursing and all of these things. Wow, it's just so glamorous these days, is it not?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll see some from you.
You just might. But then you mentioned quality time. We don't necessarily have to go out. What if we plan a nice dinner at home in our own candlelight and that's our QT together? So we sit and we talk, we put away the phones because the phone seems to be the biggest distraction for all of us these days. And we just have some nice quality time.
That can work for...
And quality time is free.
Yeah, but it depends on the individual, and that's the thing. I think that we're experiencing a changing dynamic somewhat. So, yeah, might change with the age.
Although, I still think people like
quality time. All right, we'll take a poll. You let us know whether you like quality time or not. So, in closing, we'd like to share with you a popular analogy on social media that uses burritos. Imagine that, burritos, to depict how to express love in these 5 love languages. So, number 1, words of affirmation. Say, this is a good burrito.
Really good burrito.
Wow. Number 2, acts of service. Jew. So, I made you a burrito. Oh, I see what we're going with this. Okay, so, interesting. Man, you take number 3. Please take number 3, Kortensia. Because I'm getting hungry here.
Receiving gifts. Here is a burrito.
So you're using the burrito to walk through these things. Imagine that. Just a burrito. Number 4, quality time. The one that you're big on. Let's go get some burritos together.
From Taco Bell.
Oh, well, I'm not supposed to say that either, right? All right. You're very good morning, SKN. Maybe I can say that. physical touch. So hold, right? So put your arms around the person.
Like a
warm
burrito.
hug. Okay, this one threw me for a loop because I really was expecting to hug the burrito.
No, you have to press it like a burrito.
Everything else was leading up to the burrito, right?
Yep.
So there you go. Anyway, not everyone communicates love in the same way, and likewise,
Yep.
people have different ways that they prefer to receive love.
Yeah.
So these love languages are not limited to romantic relationships
They're
either,
not.
but are also within families and friendships. So that being said, know your love language, as Kortensia said.
Know them.
Speak about your love language.
Speak up.
And always remember to give love. And receive love
In
as
this
well.
month of love.
In the month of, good one.
Yeah.
Love it. We will be back, and I love it. And we'll be back in a moment on Good Morning SKN. Stay tuned.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
Sometime back there, my friend them Clarissa and Carol give me a gift certificate to go Nature's Touch Spa at New Road Housing Development. Buy one of the best full body massage I ever get. They also do facials, waxing, manicures, pedicures, prenatal massage, body scrubs, even house scars. Now I hear every Tuesday you could get a full body massage for only $100. I say what? I call one time and book an appointment. 465-2733, 664-2126, 663-0650.
Has anyone ever touched you here, here, or here? Well, these are actually bad touches, not good ones. And so, if anyone ever touches you in these areas or anywhere else that makes you uncomfortable, you must say no, then go and tell. Say it with me. Say no, then go and tell.
This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with Probation and Child Protection Services, the Ministry of Health, and the Pan American Health Organization.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
I wear a mask because I want to protect my child, but also I want to protect his classmates and his teachers.
I wear a mask because I care about the frontline workers who will have to work even harder if those around me get sick.
I wear a mask to protect my family. I wear a mask to protect you. I wear a mask because it is the right thing to do.
I wear a mask because I don't want to put any vulnerable individuals at risk, like my elderly loved ones.
I wear a mask because
we are all in this together.
I going out tonight. I got a hot date. He older than me, but I don't care. I like what he telling me. He say I look sweet and ting. What? You want me go home with him? Nice. Boy, I wonder if I'm ready for this. I notice he ain't got a condom, but I gonna go ahead, see? He might think me ain't like him or trust him. Plus, this my first time. Nothing gonna happen to me. Lord, how could I let this happen? I ain't ready for no child. Who gonna support me and my child? My man go in jail and mommy and daddy said they ain't gonna help. I all on my own. How could I be so careless? I wish I could go back to that now. But my education on hold. How could I let this happen?
Don't let this happen to you. Contact the Department of Gender Affairs to find out about confidential offices and personnel available to answer questions about your sexuality or pre- or postnatal concerns.
This message was brought to you by Project Viola through the Department of Gender Affairs with support from the Basic Needs Trust Fund and the Caribbean Development Bank.
No cash, no card, no problem. Jad, embrace the freedom.
Well, you are watching Good Morning SKN, and you know what day it is?
Hump day.
Yeah, it's I feel like we've had a lot of hump days.
I know.
We have a lot of hump days, but luckily we have this thing here to get us over the hump in celebration of the season of love. So to commemorate this, Kortensia and I will be playing a game of Valentine's-themed Pictionary, and here's how it works. Kortensia?
We will take turns drawing a picture of the word chosen from the pile of words. Once the person sees the word, they have 5 seconds to think before they begin to draw. Once they begin to draw, the other person has 1 minute to guess the random word that the other person is drawing. If they are successful in guessing the word, then they get a point. But if they don't, then they get 0 points. Wah, wah, wah. So let's play.
Sound effects, please. Yes. All right. So to find out who will draw first, we'll play rock, paper, scissors. Okay, am I good at this? Let's see. Rock, paper, scissors.
Get the hands ready.
Okay, on 3. Rock, paper, scissors. Oh.
Oh my God.
Oh, sorry. You see that?
You don't even remember.
1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Rock, paper, scissors.
Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
Where's
Let's
the
do it
sound
again.
effect?
Let's do it again.
Wah, wah, wah. Let's go again.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors.
One. That's a scissors.
Oh,
that
that's
was
a
flat.
scissors?
Yeah.
Oh, so you win.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I thought it was paper.
Okay.
You guys at home saw what it was, right? What's that? It's paper? Yeah. You go. Oh, you got the card, so I can't see anything.
You can't.
So you got to show the camera. Show the folks at home. I'm not looking.
Don't
Promise.
look. Oh my God.
All right, so you guys at home know what it is. Kortensia has 1 minute to draw.
Oh my God.
You got to start drawing 5 seconds. Let's go. 5 seconds. And I'm going to be guessing what this is. I see spoon. Okay, forget that. That was my first idea. That's a woman driving a car. Don't ask me why I think it's a woman, but hey. She looks kind of cautious, doesn't she? Yeah. Oh, well, I'm close. Or girl. Here we go. She's happy. She's not paying attention to the road, so she's going to crash on it. Okay, don't know what this is at all. She's sitting on a chair. She is... All right, Picasso. She's putting on makeup. I have no idea. Blonde girl.
I don't know
I don't
how else
know.
to do it.
Barbie comes to Good Morning SKN. I need help here.
See my Picasso art? Come on, come on.
Baby girl.
Come on.
Full of love. Bundle of joy. I have no idea. If you guys are home and guess what this is, go. Studio 3278. Let's go. Because if you're better than me, I really want to see this. Yeah, you can play it in real time as well. Kortensia, I have no idea what this is.
Really?
Sitting on the dock of the bay. I don't know.
Really? Is the minute up as yet?
Hugging.
No, when it's up, you were supposed to guess this before.
Wait, that's a hug? Picasso. Are you Picasso and I'm Van Gogh? I don't know what's going on. I don't even know if this is upside down. I have no idea what's going on. Kortensia, you cannot look at the screen. You cannot look at the screen. No cheating here. Wow.
Totally forgot.
All right. So, now I get to draw. I feel like just adding to this, you know? It'd be so much easier. Yeah. Here we go. So.
Wow. Wow. An engagement ring.
Do I accept that? I can't accept that? All right, because it was plural. Good. So you've got rings. You've got rings.
So I got it?
Yes.
Oh.
All right.
See?
I'll start clearing it up. Oh boy. You see that? Oh, bragging rights. Bragging rights. I'm just littering all over the place. Kortensia, your turn. And I am not looking. I promise you I'm not looking. I'm looking this way. Not looking. Not looking at all.
Got it?
If you guys at home can guess what these are, let us know. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, at Studio327 Inc. Snapchat, yeah, Twitter. And we're all over the place. All right. Did I say Instagram? I think I said Instagram. I'm going to say Instagram again, just because. Okay, so this is Oliver Queen. I see an arrow.
This one was too easy. It was too easy for you. Too easy. Alrighty.
Oh, my turn.
Yes,
I
your
keep
turn.
forgetting. And we are counting. Wow. You guys saw that? Good? Got it? Okay, great.
A broken heart.
All right. I think I'm giving better clues than you are, you know. I don't know. Are we tired? Are we tired? Really?
Look, my hug was the hug that you see on
I don't know
the
what
emoji,
that
right?
was. I don't know what that was.
Oh my.
That was a hug.
After this, I'm going to show you the emoji hug, and you're going to agree that my hug was a hug.
We get to litter today and then leave. Let's go. We're littering and leaving. All right. Oh, you got to pick a card, Kortensia.
And you got to turn around.
Oh, sorry. I'm forgetting the rules already. You know what this is, right? Yeah. Forget the rules. I'm not looking, everybody.
You can turn around.
I'm not even trash talking you. You see that? I'm being nice today. Normally I trash talk. I don't trash talk. You get away. I'm supposed to be hazing you. All I'm thinking about are, you know.
Oh my gosh.
I was gonna say trick or treat, but it's Valentine's Day, but these look like candy. So I don't know what's going on right now. Helium balloons.
Ooh, oh, you're smart.
Okay, got it. Helium balloons. Who knew it? Wow. This is exactly why people paid for my education. I love that you gauge that. This is exactly why people paid for my education and sent me to school, you know, because it's like, helium balloons, you're smart. If it was that easy. Oh, why did you go and do this to me? All right. Alrighty.
I'm ready for you.
You said it's Pictionary, so we can't draw words.
No words. Pictures.
Okay.
Pictures. Oh my god. It's hopscotch? Oh wow. It's a cake. A Valentine's Day cake. Oh my gosh. It's not a cake? What is it? A wedding cake? Oh my god. The bride killing the groom cake?
Got it. Bride.
Oh.
The bride killing the groom cake? What kind of cake is that? The bride killing the groom cake?
Because I thought you were going to draw like the bride dragging the groom.
The bride dragging
So
the
I was
groom.
thinking before you
The
actually
bride.
put the art on.
The bride killing the groom cake. Oh, is that the last one? No, it's not. We got more.
No, we got no more.
No, we got
That's
no
the
more.
last one.
Is that the last one? Oh, we got to turn it over. Yeah. we got more in the back anyway.
Alrighty.
If we don't turn over the paper, we'll turn over the board. The easel.
So, Jamie, turn away.
Oh, I forgot. I keep forgetting. And we're tied. How are we possibly tied? Okay, I'm not looking.
Okay. Oh my God, this one is hard. This one is hard.
I'm supposed to be trash talking. Do you guys realize how Picasso is? She's excellent at Picasso, right?
Yeah.
If you're Picasso, I'm Van Gogh. I don't know what that is. I'm inclined to say that looks like something I drew in class of pollination.
Not cool. Not cool. Take it back. Take it back. Take it back.
Seriously. Am I wrong?
Hey, Picasso is at work.
Let's go. If you guys are home, don't think this is... Well, they can't see Kortensia because you're kind of blocking the shot. So ease over to the side for a little bit so they can see what I'm talking about. This looks like pollination. What is that? What's that? A flowered chicken hybrid? I don't get it. What is it? Am I wrong? A bee? With an arrow? Is this the honeycomb guy? What is this? The Cheerios guy? The bee?
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Does he finally have a partner? Did he find one for Valentine's Day? What is this?
Come on.
That's supposed to be Cupid?
Yes.
Oh.
You guys see the little wings and the little... I was trying to do the diaper, but I didn't get the diaper.
That's interesting for that. All right, so guys, thank you for visiting Kortensia's artistic class today. Seriously, I have some work to do. We've been playing Pictionary. Yeah. So we want to thank you for stopping by as well. I think this is where we say goodbye to you.
Aww.
Yeah, but before we go, we want to remind you to like and subscribe, follow us on our social media platforms. Of course, YouTube is one that's popular. YouTube, you can be there for quite a few hours if you check us out on YouTube, so I advise you to do that. You can also go to, well, I didn't give you the handle, at Studio327 Inc. Twitter, we're on Twitter, we're on Snapchat, we're on TikTok. We're on Facebook, of course.
Yep.
I said YouTube, I said Instagram, and I said, yeah, we're all over the place.
We're all over the place.
There we go. The handles are right there at the bottom of the screen. You don't need me to talk anymore.
Yeah, man. So leave us a comment and tell us what topics and guests you'd like to see tomorrow. So see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. when you start your morning with us here at Good Morning SKN.
The only way
Have
to
a
start
great
your
day.
day. Bye-bye, everybody.